Welcome back to Smoky Ribs. I'm Russ Jones. Today I'm doing pork belly ribs. You heard it right. It's spare ribs with the pork belly still on. These things are massive. They are huge. Going to show them to you right after this.
If you wanna cook backyard barbecue till you get your feel, you come to the right place. Russ Jones Smoky Ribs. Smoky Ribs. Smoky
Look at these massive ribs, man. This is unbelievable. It still has the pork belly on these spare ribs. Are these going to be meaty or what? There's your bones. I'm going to take and I'm going to trim this up. Things like this. Get rid of the membrane. On the back side, as you can see, there's just a little bit of skin left. Not much. They've removed most of it. And the rub that I'm using, Daddy Dutch Barbecue. Kent over at Daddy Dutch sent me this a couple of months ago, and I haven't tried it yet. It smells really good. Today is the day I'm going to try that. I don't think he sells this. I think he just more or less sent it to a few people trying to get some ideas on how he's doing with it. And if it tastes anything like it smells, it's going to be good. So I'm going to go get a knife. We're going to trim this up. I'll be right back to put the seasoning on. All right, we're going to apply this rub, both sides, no binder. Going to put a generous amount because this is a really thick piece of meat, and we're going to let it sit on there probably 15 minutes just so it can kind of start rendering out some of its own moisture from the salt that's in this rub, and that will create its own binder. Now, as thick as this meat is, you want to make sure you get your sides as well. Let's pat this in. And on the back side. Don't let these sit here for a few minutes. Got the gateway fired up. It's up to temp. I'm running the Smart Fire air controller on this today to help regulate the temperature. Right now it's holding a perfect 250 degrees. Getting ready to put these ribs on. Want to show you real quick. Since the last time you've seen me use this drum with the Smart Fire air controller here, I've added a side port right here. One single port. They sent me like 5 of these, and I only need one. I can actually get 2 of the probes in here. Push one in, then I can push another one in. Today I strictly only need the probe to measure the pit temp, so I've only got one probe in here. As you can see, it's a real nice, tidy job. Just one small hole, problem solved. And there again, it's at grate level. So this is doing this job. We're going to go ahead and remove this lid. Get these ribs on. Gonna go bone side down. Man, that's some massive ribs. Look at that. Get our lid back on, and we are cooking. So along with these ribs, we decided to have chicken too. It's Mother's Day, and we got some people over here, and the ribs, as big as they are, just isn't gonna be enough. So I've got a chicken right here that I just spatchcocked, and then I cut it in half. So I'm doing 2 chicken halves. And I'm going to start off by applying a little olive oil on both of these chicken halves. All right, now for the rub, what I decided to go with today is the Mississippi grit as a base layer. This is salt, pepper, garlic, got a little bit of citrus notes in it, a little bit of parsley. It's going to be good. We're not going on real heavy. In addition to that, I've got the Mississippi grind. Now this has got a lot of flavors going on. It's going to be a really good combination along with the Mississippi grit. Mississippi grit going on. All right, these are ready for the smoker. I'm a little over 2 hours in on the ribs. I just checked them. They're like at 160 degrees. So I'm trying to time this out pretty close. And as you know, most things like ribs, chicken, whatever, always tends to cook faster in a drum smoker. That's another beauty of it. So these are going on the drum, and I'm just gonna move the ribs over, make room for these. This pit has been riding at 250 like a champ. The Smart Fire has this within 3 degrees swing either way. You just can't ask for better than that on a drum smoker. All right, so I'm gonna take and move these ribs right here. And by the way, I have been spinning this grate every time I look. The ribs are looking fantastic. Look at that. Place our chicken right here. And we're going on with the other one right here. Get it off that probe. That's looking good. And if you got a drum smoker, you know to never leave that lid off no more than possible. Back on with the lid. We are cooking. I'm gonna go ahead and pull these ribs. Right now they're at like 180 degrees, been smoking for 4 hours, got a lot of smoke, got a nice color. I really don't want them to get any darker, so it's gonna do two things. It's gonna stop it from getting any darker. It's gonna expedite the cook to where they'll go ahead and get on up to temp. Usually around 204, 205 degrees is perfect for a good bite through on a rib, to where it's not falling off the bone, but a really good bite through, nice and tender, nice and juicy. So I'm doing that, and then that will allow me, once these ribs are done, to rest them for a while. Plus I can ramp the temperature up on the gateway and get this chicken nice and crispy. Probably bring it up to 325, somewhere in that range. All right, so there we go. Put the lid back on this gateway. Gonna do a double wrap. All right, so I pulled the ribs off the pit. Gonna unwrap them. We're gonna sauce them, going back on the pit. Let me show you the sauce I'm using. This is called Oh Baby. Travis and Christian Dawson out of Georgia, Duluth, Georgia, sent me this sauce. They're a family-run business, small little enterprise, and I love helping folks like that. Never tried the sauce. This will be the first time. And they also sent me this cool shirt. So anyway, that's what we're saucing with. We're going to unwrap these, take a look. And so you know, I'm sitting around the 200 degree mark internal, which means these should be probing fairly tender. I'm fixing to double check that right now. Ooh boy, look at that. These are Old Baby ribs for sure. Oh man. I don't care what temperature it's showing. These are probing super tender. These are good. These are ready. Ooh, got a really good smell to it. All right, here we go. Now the chicken I still have on the grill. I'm just getting some nice color on that. It's technically done. It's ready to pull. I'm just getting a little bit more color on it. We're going to remove that and wrap it up. And I'm going to be using an Alabama white sauce on the chicken. It's a store-bought sauce. It's actually from the people that made it famous. And I'm not going to highlight that much because this video is mainly all about these pork belly ribs. I mean, look at the size of these. These are just massive. All right, you want to get your sides as well. I'm just going to make a little quick boat out of this foil. Leave them in the foil. Put them back in the pit. That's just to prevent such a big mess in my pit. That should be good right there. All right, we have let everything rest, getting ready to cut into these ribs. Man, look at these ribs. These things are massive. So thick. Look at that. I don't even know where to start. I think I'm just gonna start right here in the middle of them. And oh, they are super tender. Look at that knife just gliding through there. Unbelievable. Tell you what, the color on these turned out perfect. Look at that. Nice smoked ring, just super thick. It's pork belly, spare ribs, all in one. You know this is gonna be good. All right, so it's still piping hot. Look at the color on that. Just juice dripping off of it. All right, I'm gonna take a bite of this, and we got other things going with it. I'm gonna take the chicken, I'm gonna cut it up. We're gonna dip it in Alabama white sauce. My wife's been working on some sides, and we're gonna eat. But let's do a taste on this pork belly spare rib. I don't know what else to call it. Man, unbelievable flavor, super moist, super juicy. What else would you expect having all that pork belly still left on it with all that fat been rendering on this meat? The Gateway drum did fantastic on this, but this sauce, man, this is really good. The rub that I got from Kent over at Daddy Dutch Barbecue, fantastic. Unbelievable flavors, people. Now, these are hard to source, these spare ribs with the pork belly still on them. If you'd like to know where I got these, I can tell you where I bought them. I did a search online, and believe me, there's not many people that sell these. And but if you want to know, just message me on Facebook or something like that, and I'll let you know where I got them from. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I'm gonna throw a few shots in here, a few images of the chicken. It turned out really nice. Well, let me show you real quick. So take a look at the color on that. That turned out super nice, super juicy, perfectly done. Gonna cut it up, dip it in that Alabama white sauce, and we're gonna eat. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Until next time, smoke your ribs.